supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Francisco's going to cut free. He's over the 30. Gets the puck. Here comes Freak. He fires. He scores. Same play. Conklin with the slam on Chandler.
There's your look inside of the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck. Happy New Year, everybody. Should be a great contest tonight as we break in 2025 with some WDA hockey and a showdown tonight. As you've got the Century Patriots, winners of 6 straight, 7-2 on the season. And they square off against the home team on the scoreboard tonight, the Legacy Sabres. The Sabres off to a nice 5-3 start. Hi again, hockey fans. Welcoming you to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Todd Domrey's alongside the former UND Fighting Sioux, Mario Lamoureux, as this is a fun matchup. It's turned into a nice rivalry here. Just 10 matchups all time between these two teams. The Sabres have won 7 out of 10, but this Sabre-Patriot rivalry has turned into a good one.
It's been an awesome experience being part of the rivalry the first couple of years, but there's just great matchups. There's been a lot of overtime games, a couple playoff games, and it's always a tight game, and you got a lot of people here at the rink to support both sides, so it's going to be a great atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, and I know you got the Sabres off to their start as their head coach at the very beginning of the program, but are you surprised by that 7-3 mark the Sabres now have against the Patriots 10 games into this rivalry?
I think when you look at all the games that have been played, you'd expect it to be pretty close to dead even, but Legacy's been fortunate to be on the winning side of a couple more of those games, but like I said, a couple of those games have gone to overtime and those could easily be flipped, but it's been turned into a great rivalry. I think anytime you can be part of a rivalry within your hometown, and you got the parents all mad at each other even though they're best friends, and it's a fun atmosphere to be a part of.
Well, and two teams right now that are hot. We mentioned the Patriots, winners of 6 straight, including a nice little effort over in the Fargo area over Christmas break here, where they won 3 straight against the likes of Brookings, Cheyenne, and Fargo North in overtime. That's got to give a team confidence going out east and getting some W's.
Well, I think if you go over the last 3 or 4 years, like the West Region has almost no wins against East Region teams. And I think this year you finally started to see some of those West teams compete against, a Fargo or Grand Forks. So it's nice to see. Hopefully that means, there's been a little bit more development, within the region to be able to compete with those teams out east. I know that's been a talk for several years, and hopefully we're making some progress.
And Legacy, they've won 4 of their last 5, but they haven't skated in a contest until almost a 2-week break here for Legacy. How does that play out when you put your coaching hat on to keep the guys? Obviously, they're going to be fresh. The legs should be good tonight, but the sharpness, will it be there for the Sabres?
It's really a tricky situation. You could say we have time off and we feel fresh and feel good, ready to get back at it, but you can also kind of be a little bit sloppy coming back. You're not used to having that game intensity after having a little bit of a break. And 2 weeks during a season is a long time to go without playing. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out and perform after a 2-week break.
All right, fans, let's morph right into our player profiles tonight. Tonight brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages, 0% financing, free consultations, virtual in-office, professional treatment, and a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at mynotbraces.com. And player profile for tonight for the Century Patriots. Let's talk about a guy that seems like he's been in the lineup for a couple years already. None other than Keaton Schulte. Just a junior, man, but this guy entered the lineup a couple years ago as a freshman, and he's producing right now for Century.
Yeah, I mean, you lost a lot of firepower from last season, and he's a guy that has stepped in and done a great job, took on more of a role, and offensively it's showing on the score sheet. But a couple things I love about Keaton's game, his puck pursuit is some of the best that you'll see. He's hard on the puck, creates turnovers, and then his hockey IQ when he gets those pucks and his ability to make good, smart, solid hockey decisions. And I think one of the things Keaton said he's really done a lot better this year is just situational awareness, when to make plays at the right times, and he's, I think, naturally a really smart hockey player and really stepped into his role this year.
Yeah, and he's on that top line tonight for Century, has been for a few contests here. The 5'8", 160-pound junior, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points, and now he's out there with Brubachen and Filling, and that big line for Century is one that they expect to get points from. So yeah, Keaton Schulte, your Prestwich Orthodontics player profile tonight. And let's shift over to the legacy side, and let's talk about a young guy, the junior Harrison Johnson, also on that top line, a forward with Braden Strom and Caleb Johnson. And another guy that kind of expanding his role, so to speak, with all the firepower that's legacy lost last year. Harrison's picking it up.
Yeah, I mean, you lost it to Beasley and Butts last year, and you really needed a guy like Harrison Johnson to come in and take that offensive role. And I think he's been a little bit up and down throughout the start of the year, but he's really coming along, and offensively it's showing on the score sheet. But he's another player, really high hockey IQ, thinks the game really well, able to protect pucks. Now he's got to try to do that on a consistent level, but he's a very strong player for Legacy, and he's a fun one to be around.
Yeah, and a team high 13 points right now for Harrison. 5 goals, 8 assists for the 865-pound junior. So, yeah, he's producing right now at an elite rate for Legacy. So there's your player profiles tonight. Again, brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics. Professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. All right, fans, much more to come as our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on from the VFW Sports Center. Timely services that don't slow you down. No appointment needed at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Oil changes in about 15 minutes. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Now we mentioned what's coming up. We got our keys to the game. We got the matchup profile. We got America's Most Wanted. We're going to get you some information that you need to hear about some things that happened at the VFW Sports Center to the PSP Network. And that and more as we close in on the puck drop tonight from the VFW in Bismarck. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on after this timeout on the PSP Network.
PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/familybirthcenter. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
Now we're back on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timeless services that don't slow you down. Find them online at VIOC.com. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Good to have you tuned into the PSP network tonight. Century 7-3, and they'll square off tonight against the Legacy Sabres, who are 7-2 for Century, beg your pardon, and Legacy's 5-3. All right, fans, let's talk about the standings right now in the WDA. And we've got them on the East EDC as well. So how about the start for the Minot Magicians? 10-0, and they rolled it over in Minnesota. Those aren't easy wins to come by.
No, I mean, those are games that you expect to be the toughest on your schedule, but they've been up to the test this year. I know Legacy gave them a run right before Christmas there, but they're going to be a tough team to beat. And I think, you know, for the first time in a while, you're seeing some West teams all of a sudden be in the conversation for maybe being one of the top teams in the state, which is nice to see.
And then you look at Williston off to a great start. The Jamestown Blue Jays, both these clubs, Century defeated Jamestown by a goal. Legacy lost to them by a goal. So the Blue Jays playing well. And then you got Century and Legacy kind of log jammed in that 4 and 5 spot. Mandan, Botno, Bismarck, Dickinson, Hazen, Buell rounding out the West standings. And then you look out east, and obviously Central's going to be really good again. West Fargo. A quiet start, but man, they've been putting up goals. And Mario, let's jump right into our top producers in the state of North Dakota, as one Bryce Mattern for the West Fargo Packers right at the top of the list, then closely followed by a dynamic duel from Minot, Mac Morelli and Easton Panasuk.
Yeah, I mean, just watching those two guys, they find a way to score in a lot of different ways. Even Rylan Rotluck, another one that's been playing with those guys, just a ton of goals. But, you know, they've been a very dynamic group of players for Minot, done a lot of scoring, and been fun to follow.
It's been interesting to see how the start that the Magi have gotten off to. Obviously, their game against Legacy the other night was just a doozy. Won in the last 30 seconds of the contest, and Legacy had a goal lead going into the third period. Minot with 2 unanswered. So it's not that the Magi are invincible, but they've been playing really good. It's going to take a good night to beat them.
They could certainly get beat, and they've had some tight games. And I think, when you have a good record like that, there's certainly going to be a target on your back as you go down the stretch. But I think a big attribute they have, Jordan Willer comes in, helps taking on more of a coaching role in the last couple of years. I think that's been a big benefit for one of the best players to ever come through there. They're going to be tough to beat. I can say right now, I think that they could be a team that could win state tournament this year.
Yeah, and then when we say that, being Western-based teams, sometimes people kind of scrunch their eyes like, really? Are you guys serious this year? But I could echo the exact same thing, that I think this could be the year that the Magi could be right there with a chance at a state title.
Yeah, and one thing I've learned over the years, you can't be afraid to believe that you are good. And I think in the West region, it's been you kind of bow down to the teams in Fargo, Grand Forks, and maybe at times rightly so, but you got to go compete against them. They put their skates on the same way that every other player does, and that puck has no idea who you are. They know who gets there first, and I think you got to respect your opponent, but you also got to respect your own ability. And I think that the West region, there's some teams that can make some noise this year.
Another jam-packed week on the PSP Network. As to give you a quick look at our schedule, obviously we had Monday and Tuesday basketball action tonight, Century and Legacy in hockey. We also got Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood at Ned Rose for boys basketball tonight. Friday night, look at that basketball schedule. Mandan and Minot North, Legacy and Bismarck High here in the capital city tomorrow night, Berthold and Velva. And folks, we mentioned the America's Most Wanted. Unfortunately, the PSP Network, the folks at the Bismarck Parks and Rec were gracious enough to let us get into the VFW on New Year's Day to set our stuff up. And that turned out to be an ominous decision, because sometime last night at about 2:45 a.m. exactly, because of the surveillance system that they have here, somebody decided to break into the VFW, steal some money out of the ATM and ransack our PSP equipment to the tune of 2 cameras, a computer, some audio equipment, 3 bags, cases, and nothing. Not much was left, about $15,000 worth of equipment. So as soon as we have a chance to find a picture and other things, we're going to get out to the hockey community in Bismarck, Mandan, in the state, and we're going to have an America's Most Wanted section, and we're going to track these knuckleheads down, and we're going to put them to justice.
The hockey community's tight, and I think with a concerted effort, I think we can take them down.
Yeah, it was an interesting morning today, to say the least, when you get that call that, hey, you guys better come to the VFW, as we think something unfortunate happened to some of your equipment. So, yeah, it was an interesting day. We had to have the founder and CEO of the PSP Network, Nick Holberg, bring some extra stuff down, so we hodgepodged it together, and we got a broadcast set up for tonight, so it probably won't even look or feel any different to anybody, but man, it was a mess here this morning.
Well, I showed up and I wouldn't have known any different, so PSP does it right. Love showing up.
Yeah, there's your America Most Wanted segment. Stay tuned for that, by the way. We do not have the video or a still shot of the perpetrators, but we will have that in due time, and then we appreciate everybody's help to track those folks down, and like I said, put them to justice, whether that's an anonymous tip or whatever. We'll find you. We'll get you. You will pay for what you did. All right, fans, it's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. Stay in your car for a drive-through oil change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find us online at VIOC.com. We'll come back and we'll dig into our keys to the game, and we'll talk about the matchup and get set for hockey tonight. Century taking on Legacy. Crosstown rivalry matchup here in the capital city. More after this break on the PSP Network.
Had your back, or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Todd Domrey's Mario Lamoureux back at the VFW, getting set for WDA hockey tonight. Century squaring off against Legacy. We have Logan Hoff. Landon Domrey's producing and running the hodgepodge set of equipment that we got tuned in for you tonight here on the PSP Network. Thanks to those guys for joining us, and thanks to you for giving us your ears and your eyes tonight here on the PSP Network. All right, fans, other games we'll be tracking for you tonight on our BNC National Bank scoreboard, where they make managing money easy. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. And your other games tonight, Bismarck High is at Hazen-Beulah. Bottineau is at Williston. And, of course, Century is the road team tonight, taking on Legacy. That's your 3 WDA game contest tonight. Out east, you got Detroit Lakes at Fargo-Davies. North is at Grand Forks Central. South Cheyenne is at West Fargo. Fargo-Shanley South is at West Fargo, and West Fargo-Cheyenne is at Devil's Lake. That's your action tonight. One game tomorrow night on the North Dakota hockey slate, and that is Grafton Park River at Jamestown. There's your action we'll be tracking for you tonight on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. As Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck, find them online at VIOC.com. All right, Mario. Hey, did you get a chance to check out the Winter Classic yesterday? Did you watch any of that?
I got
40,000 people at Wrigley Field. That was pretty neat.
I got 3 little kids, so I don't really get a chance to watch much of anything these days. I heard about it, though. I heard it was great.
I can fully resemble that because with 3 kids, when you're... I know what you listen to. You listen to a lot of animated cartoons.
A lot of them.
Yeah, you know every line in them. When our kids were little, it was Shrek and, that whole series. So I know every line in Shrek.
There's some good cartoons out there, but you know what? I'd love to just watch a good action movie. Maybe in the next couple of years, I could get my daughters to watch one.
There you go. All right, fans, it's our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains, your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. And let's talk about Century first. Resilience in the lineup, and that can mean a lot of different things, but Century's been finding a way to win.
Yeah, I mean, I think a good team, you find ways to win in different ways. So they've had some games where they've been down. They've been able to fight their way back. Their record certainly resembles some success this year, but they've been able to get contributions from different parts of the lineup. Hayden Eckert on the back end, stepping into a role. Ty Backus and Trent Connor, 2 defensemen that have really kind of stepped up for them. And then obviously like Brubachen and your big guns, they've been showing up this year and producing at the right times. But they've been able to do it at different parts of the lineup. Goaltending's stepped up here for some of the games, and I think you need that resilience throughout your entire lineup to be a successful team. Yeah,
you mentioned the goaltending. Jaden Klein has been really good. Coming in for Hoyt Jubel a season ago, and he's been off to a great start. So I completely agree. I mean, Century, it's been late goals. Sometimes they get out to big leads. There's some things on the stat sheet that don't quite add up to a team that's 7-2, but it's just Troy Olson's club is finding a way to win, and that sometimes winning is hard.
Winning is tough. You go to the end of the season, however many teams you got in your league, only one of them wins. You got every other team that's disappointed at the end. So being a winner, it's rare, it's uncommon, but what can you do as a group? Especially hockey, I think it's the ultimate team sport where you need contributions from all sorts of parts of your lineup, and I think Century certainly has the makeup to make a run this year.
And Coach Wade Davison, Ryan Farragher for the Legacy Sabres. We're talking about getting gritty, and it's not Justin Jefferson in the gritty. I mean, it's a little different connotation there.
We could also do the gritty, but I think for them, like the physicality, I think one of the keys that Coach Davison said today, they have to be physical. They need to be the more physical team to have success. And I think if they do that, they can create a few more turnovers. They have some guys that can make some plays. Harrison Johnson, if he can get his hands on the puck with a little space, he's able to make plays. Ben Garley, Isaac Lewis back in the lineup, and if those guys can really set the tone as kind of the leaders of the group, I think that they'll have a chance to win this game tonight.
Now there's your Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. Northern Plains, 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. Find them online at northern-plains.com, or thanks to them for bringing you our keys to the game tonight. All right, fans, we're just about ready for hockey. Stay tuned. Our national anthem and our starting lineups and the drop of the puck tonight happens here at the VFW. We'll be back with the anthem and more after this short break here on the PSP Network. Thanks again to Valvoline Instant Oil Change for bringing you our pregame show tonight. Timely services that don't slow you down. Nobody's time is wasted. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find us online at VIOC.com. Our fans just about set for the national anthem. We'd like to honor our great flag, honor our great country into 20 and 25. But first, we're going to look at the starting lineups first off tonight. Let's look at that lineup for the Century Patriots. They'll go like this. Hayden Eckert's going to be out there in that defensive pair, the sophomore. Be joined on that blue line by A.J. Johnson, the senior. And that first line out there is going to be Jackson Filling, along with the forward Andrew Brubachen, number 10 in the state right now in scoring is Brew. And centering that first line out there for Century will be the junior Keaton Schulte. And in goal tonight's the senior Jaden Kleingen. There's your lineup tonight for the Century Patriots head coach Troy Olson. He's the senior guy in the WDA now, 20 years behind the bench for the Patriots.
It's a long time. I feel, you know what, Troy's been coaching so long, I feel young a little bit. It's nice.
We'll remind him of that. All right, fans, here's your first 6 out there for the Legacy Sabres. Dan Durkee announcing these folks. Yeah, you're going to have Joel Anderson out there as your D pair. The senior tonight will be on that blue line with Bo Raschke, the big freshman, 6 foot, 170-pound ninth grader. And your first line out there will be Harrison Johnson, our player profile tonight, brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics, the junior. He'll be on a wing along with Caleb Johnson. So you got Johnson and Johnson out there. Caleb the senior, Harrison the junior, and the freshman Braden Strom will be centering that top line. And in net for the Sabres tonight, and start 2.48 goals against average, 89% save percentage, and the senior Otto off to a good start. Should be a great matchup tonight between the Century Patriots and the Legacy Sabres. All right, fans, it's time now to, as we said, honor America, salute our great flag with the playing tonight of our national anthem.
Place your hand over your heart as we salute our great nation with the singing of the national anthem tonight, being sung by juniors from Legacy, Kate Lemoyne and Aaliyah Olson.
Kate Lemoyne, Aaliyah Olson from Legacy High School singing our national anthem tonight. Appreciate those young ladies from Legacy High School tonight bringing you our national anthem, like to do all of our PSP Network broadcasts. Bring you the anthem to honor our country and our flag as we move into 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Good to be tuned into the PSP Network tonight. We got a little technical difficulties going on tonight. We're cutting out a little bit. We're dropping a few frames, so bear with us. That stuff sometimes sorts itself out as we said. Our equipment got ransacked today, so we're working with a hodgepodge set, and apparently it's not going to cooperate the entire evening, but we'll do our best. All right, we're just about set for hockey. Century be out there in their road Reds tonight. outlined in navy blue and white, and the Sabres being the home whites. The gold and black trim. Dennis Badeau, Dan Emery, your officials this evening. And we are underway from the VFW. Dumped in immediately by the Patriots. Brubachen charges in. Filling gets a stick on it out to the line. Backus can't hold it in. Scuttles it across to Eckert, who nudges it along to center. And here comes Ben Garley. Oh, and he is blistered, and a big hit early on for Brubachen. Check that. That was Mason Strom, I beg your pardon, or Braden Strom, who got hit hard there by Brubachen to set the tone.
And that's two big hits from Brubachen right away. Gets one in the offensive zone and then tracks back, makes contact, and I think that's kind of that physicality that Central needs to set, but they got to do that consistently throughout the game.
Face off to the glove side of Jaden Kleingen. Hagerot has a stick on it. Pops it out to Tanner Sorensen, who dumps it in. Sentry on the chase. Mitzel back to play it for the Sabres. Sentry can't regain possession now. Sent on net and up to the netting. Is from the points. Trenton Connor had that one deflect up. Not a shot on net. Looks like our scoreboard is also lagging behind. So again, folks, give us a little bit of a rope tonight with our equipment situation here at the PSP Network, as some of it is in somebody's basement tonight. And here comes Sentry back in their D zone. Played along the wall by A.J. Johnson. Picked up there by Connor. And Hagerot's back to get it. Played in nicely there by the Sabres. And holding the zone is Renz. Check that, that's Madison. Carter Madison dumps back in for the Sabres. No score, 15:40 to play first period. Sentry plays backwards. And Madison will just dump it right back in for the Sabres.
Legacy's really got to try to be a little bit more physical. They haven't really made much contact. You got to be able to create those turnovers by being aggressive, and they really haven't done that through the first couple of shifts.
Cooper Schwann takes a loose puck and holds the line. Now it pops out to center ice. Sentry's got Micah Erickson whacking at it on the near side wall. Johnson nudges it farther into the Legacy zone. Back to play it there for Sentry, for Legacy is Blaze Miller. Sentry throws one out into the slot. Nobody home. Out to the high slot now. Shot put on net. Redirected in front. And the first save of the night for Tristan Otto as he puts the pillow down on it.
Yeah, Sentry's doing a nice job just kind of asserting themselves physically right away. Created a couple turnovers. Gotten a few pucks towards the net. So for them, they got to try and maintain that puck possession. Make some plays off those turnovers.
Now Schulte will have the draw to the glove side of Tristan Otto. And the draw controlled momentarily by Joel Anderson. Puts it along the wall to Johnson. And out to center, it pops into the air. Backus back to play it for the Patriots. Bodies get tangled up again. 1-2 car pile up underneath the goal line. And an arm in the air. Going to be a penalty upcoming on Legacy. Delayed call. Sentry has Kleingen heading to the net, but there's a touch at center as Brubachen was trying to wheel into the zone. And an early power play here for the Patriots.
Yeah, I kind of looked away. I think Strom might have gave the Sentry defenseman a shot kind of as that battle was going away. So that's not a penalty you want to take early in the first period. You know, I know Sentry's power play has been, we'll just say, okay thus far during the season, but, you know, this would be a big opportunity for them to get on the board early.
Yeah, as Strom is off. 2 minutes. Patriots with the man advantage. Sorensen plays it below the goal line. Hagerot on the far side wall looking to hold the zone. Renz battling in there. Rifled along the wall by Bo Raschke. Held in by Century. Now Century in a little mini change here, and a shot put into the blocker there for Century's Heath Frickman. And Legacy will escape the zone.
Frickman's a guy that I could really see exploding offensively. He's got a few things in his game that I think he can be a little bit better at, but he's really got the tools to be a really top-end player.
Yeah, big kid that has some skills, puts the whole thing together with the mental package, and you're right, he will be a difference maker. As knocked out the stick there of Eckert and thrown right back down by Caleb Johnson. Kleingen out of the cage to play it. And Century gets organized with Brubachen. Here comes the Patriots rush with 48 seconds left on the man advantage. Patriots to Johnson. Back to the line, stepping in, and a shot is blocked out front. Patriots still have possession. Eckert, one-timer to Schulte, whacking at it from the side of the cage was Brubachen, still loose in front. Legacy puts a stick on, they float it out to center.
Yeah, great save by Otto off that rebound. You know, again, he's showing that he's just really steady in that net, and he's going to give Legacy a chance to be in every game.
15 seconds left on the man advantage for the Patriots. 12:30 to play, period number 1. We're scoreless on your BNC Bank scoreboard. We apologize, our scoreboard action here is frozen on our live stream. We're going to try to get that squared away. Now loose in front. Shot by the Patriots. Oh, and Tristan Otto up to the task. Closing the door there on the Patriots. Jackson Filling, who had a chance, point blank. Now right out front. Johnson shoots, and a save for Tristan Otto.
That's one of those plays you're going to want back. It was basically a 3-on-0, a tight 3-on-0 right in front of the net, which isn't going to happen very often. But Otto comes up with a big save. Keeps him at zeros.
You get a Ryan Family Dealership replay of that action. All of a sudden, Century held the zone, and then you got a chance right out front for the Patriots. A couple whacks at it.
Now, those are tough. You don't have much time to think about what you're going to do, and that's where you got to have that poise and patience to maybe make a better shot attempt there.
Mason Strom in with Carter Madison. Legacy on the attack. Under 12 to play, first period. Scoreless on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Shots are now 6-0 in favor of Century. Century a little breakout, a little too far for Erickson. Strom tries to play it back in. Now Mason Strom has it on his stick. And a good stick there by Trenton Connor. Takes it away for Century. Gets it over to A.J. Johnson. Century out to center. Here comes Schulte. 2-on-2. Schulte wheels in, looks far post. Off the net. Schulte's wrist shot goes wide, played on the far side wall. Shot 6-0 in favor of Century. Legacy just tosses it down. That'll be icing, as Strom was out there for a while, and I think he sensed it, and he said, all right, I just got to get to the bench.
Yeah, I think when you're dead tired like that, you don't really get penalized in high school hockey for icing the puck as far as getting a line change. So you got no play, there's no problem in icing it. You get fresh guys out there.
So we just got to talk about it for a while. Now the scoreboard caught up, Mario. Look at that.
It's magic.
Under 12 to play, shot 6-0. No score here in your BNC National Bank scoreboard. And here comes Isaac Lewis for Legacy. The captain bumped off the puck. Schulte walled up. Eckert with the big body in there as Schulte plays it back in for Century. Mitzel back to play it around the wall to Beckham. I love that idea that you had where I can just call Beckham, Presley, McKay, just Beckham.
Makes it easier.
It's so much easier as you get an icing call tonight, brought to you by Minot State. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU.
One of the keys that Coach Davison mentioned earlier today was just making smart puck decisions. I think Legacy's had some opportunities through the neutral zone to put pucks behind the Century defenseman and give yourself a chance to attack, and they're turning those pucks over. So I think for them, advance pucks forward, give yourself a chance to get possession further into the Century zone.
Well, just when our scoreboard caught up, now it's something else happened to it, so I don't know what's going on. All right, fans. 10:20 to play, period number 1. 0-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Oh, right out front, shot wide. Streaking in was Braden Strom. He got set up right on the doorstep. Couldn't get it on net. Now Century back. Frickman tries to backhand it, taken away. And wheeling back is Harrison Johnson, a developing 3-on-2. Johnson tries to center it into the skates of Connor for Century. Now nudged along. And here comes Century. Eckert, just missed Frickman. Frickman gets pasted by Miller. Well, the hits are about even. Now out front, Century couldn't get a stick on it. Johnson to Johnson, and Legacy will go out for a change. As Logan Kennison, that fourth line out there for Legacy right now, along with Brody Berger and Kyler Renz. Century's back there with Freeling. Played out by A.J. Johnson to center ice. Legacy's Bo Rashke gets it over to Johnson, who fires it wide. All the way back out to center, it comes off the back wall. Legacy will just scuttle it right back in. And now Legacy with some zone time here. They flip one in front. Renz plays it back out to Rashke. Low shot blocked nicely there by Brubakken. Century has it. They get it up ahead to Schulte. Looking for a streaking Brubakken, redirect in front. Renz now plays it out to center for Legacy. Backus plays it off the center ice wall. And you get a pile up at center. Eckert back to play it. How about Hayden Eckert now? He was a forward for a couple contests, now back on the blue line. Now here comes leading the rush.
Yeah, he's a very dynamic player, big body, has a great shot. You know, he's really stepped into a role this year and taken on that offensive responsibility, and he is dangerous every time he's going to get the puck.
Flipped way up in the air with 8 minutes to play in a scoreless first period. Brubakken back, waits for Schulte. Brubakken trying a shot there with some traffic, and it got blocked. Isaac Lewis plays it at center.
Like right there, Lewis, that would be a perfect opportunity to put the puck behind the defenseman. You don't have a play to make. Put it in deep and give yourself a chance to attack.
Century back behind the Legacy cage. Beckham has it for the Sabres. Wheeling through traffic. Still has the puck on his stick. Oh, he's knocked off the puck. Nice play there by Trenton Connor. Still battling Beckham is Connor, and here comes Frickman. Back and forth we go with 7:20 to play first period. Frickman still lurking, comes out to the line. Johnson whiffed on it. Century's got to tag up as Connor just dumps it right back in. And a missed outlet there for Legacy is going to turn into an opportunity here for Harrison Johnson. Trying to center it as Mitzel will play it right back in. No score on your BNC Bank scoreboard. 6:50 to play, period number 1. Todd Domrey's Mario Lamoureux at the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck. Centuries, Gavin Freeling dumps it in. The Patriots will chase. Got that line out there with Freeling, Erickson, and Aiden Johnson. I like it now that Century has put one of the Aiden Johnsons on the lineup card as A.J. Johnson.
It makes it a little bit easier for us. The first time I saw them on a roster together, I was like, that's not going to be easy for anybody.
You are correct about that, Mario. Well, one thing is you can just say Johnson and be right the whole time.
If you say Johnson on any player, we got about a 25% chance of getting it right.
Schulte leaves it for Brubakken, and that's offside.
You know, one of the keys, I think, you know, for both teams to try to have some success is just establishing your forecheck early, getting the pucks behind the defenseman, and getting first touch on the puck. I think a lot of players put their body in a good position, but they're not getting that first touch of the puck, putting it into a position for your team to get it back. And I think Legacy struggled a little bit with that, but both teams can do a little bit better job trying to get that first touch and create that possession.
Yeah, there's your BNC scoreboard. It's back. It just got a mind of its own tonight. Under 6 to play in the contest. Oh, big hit again. Here comes Brubakken. No, didn't get a lot of wood on that one. Steered to the corner by Tristan Otto. Bodies flying again as Brubakken got tangled up. Now Backus from the line, pillow save. Eckert comes in there and takes a whack at it. Kept in by Backus, and it floats into the mitts of Tristan Otto.
Love Andrew Brubakken's game right now. Not just offensively, doing a little bit of everything. He's tracking back hard to his own net, physical, creating turnovers, and he's going to get offensive chances because of that. Look out for him to probably put one of those in the back of the net at some point tonight.
And fans, today's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Frickman was trying to stuff it in the short side. Legacy couldn't get it out. Kept in the Legacy D zone. And turn and burn is Evan Davis.
And Evan Davis can really wheel that puck. One of the faster guys in the region.
Taken away by Eckert. He walks in on the backhand, shoots it wide. Couldn't tell if he was trying to put that one on the stick of Hagerot on the back post. Legacy dodges a bullet. Century keeps the pressure on. Out to the line. Redirected shot. Connor's shot tipped wide by Hagerot, who has it. Now to Frickman, tries to jam it in. Loose puck on the side of the cage. Wrapping it around is Frickman. Oh, right through the blue paint. Century with some early pressure. They have now outshot Legacy 10-0, folks, here in the first 13 minutes of the contest. Johnson steps in, blocked in front. Strom got a piece of that and leads to Legacy and Gavin Mitzel trying to wheel through traffic. Couldn't do it.
Again, you talk about it's 1-on-3. You got to put that puck behind the defenseman, but you create the turnover, and now you got to play defense right away. They've got to put the puck behind the defenseman just to give themselves a chance to get some zone time.
Freeling will throw it in for the Patriots. 4 minutes to play, period number 1. Legacy out to center. Just over skating a bit there was Logan Kennison. And the Patriots just keep the heat on by just sending it right back in the Legacy D zone. And another takeaway. Century trying to get ahead to Freeling. Instead, Joel Anderson plays it off the plexiglass and down. If it gets to the line, I think they're going to wave off icing. Yep, Century plays it with Ty Backus. Leaves it back there for Johnson, back to Backus. Century tried to escape with Schulte. Patriots with the breakout. And they toss it to Schulte along with Brubachen. Here comes Keaton Schulte. Tries to split through a couple defenders, couldn't do it. Good D play there by Legacy. Blaze Miller back to play it along with Colton Duchesne, who just had a good play there for the Sabres. Century with 3:10 to play in period number 1. Again, has outshot Legacy 10-0 on your BNC Bank score, but we're scoreless here. Yes, here comes Legacy. Jaden Kleinman hasn't faced a shot yet.
Honestly, that could be dangerous for him. You're trying to kind of get into the game, get a feel for the puck, and you haven't seen one for almost an entire period. That can be dangerous because if there's one thing Legacy does well is they're very opportunistic. They fall asleep at times, and then boom, they capitalize on an opportunity. So Century's really got to take care of this puck.
Draw out at center ice. Sent in by Ben Garley. I know Legacy's happy to have Garley back in. Just missed one contest for the Sabres. But he's back in action tonight. Loose puck. Century sends it to the wall. Beckham in there to play it along with Garley. Out there with that line with Braden Strom. And Kaysen Hagerot out to center for the Patriots. Oh, almost a turnover. Frickman has it. Shoots. Oh, he hit the pipe. Frickman rang the iron. Eckert throws it into traffic in front. Hagerot trying to get a tip. And Century lurking. Oh, and a big save there for Tristan Otto again.
He's just staying steady in that net. He's going to give Legacy a chance to be in every game this year. But Legacy, give Century credit. They're doing a good job creating turnovers and being in good areas. But Legacy got to do a better job taking care of that puck.
Yeah, there's your Ryan Family Dealership replay of the Frickman shot that went off the pipe. Century, Freeling fires, and Tristan Otto again with the mitt save. Well, Otto's getting peppered with pucks, and Kleingen's catching a cold on the other end.
Probably not sweating if I was going to guess.
But it's 0-0. That's all that really matters. Another shot put in front of traffic. Legacy has it. Good outlet pass, and here comes Braden Strom. Shoots wide. Century's Johnson plays it off the wall. And Freeling looks to escape. Well, I haven't seen the fourth line out there for Century yet, so it's one of those things. Legacy's got that fourth line out there a couple times, and now you get a whistle.
And this is going to be a big opportunity for Legacy to try and establish themselves offensively in some way. Get their first power play of the game. They don't have a shot on net yet, but again, you go back to being opportunistic. This could be their chance where they bury one early, and all of a sudden you're thinking of this game totally differently.
Yep, A.J. Johnson into the box. He'll be off for 2 minutes. And with 1:30 to play in period number 1.
2 minutes interference time.
2 minutes interference for Johnson. Legacy's got the power play unit out there. Joel Anderson sends it across to Johnson. Back to Anderson in the high slot. One-timer! Oh, and a big save.
Like I said, like Legacy opportunistic. That's a great save by Kleingen for your first stop of the game.
Walking in now was Strom. That was a big shot by Ben Garley that somehow Kleingen turned away with the blocker. Legacy's got their first shot on goal. 11-1 are the shots. Under a minute to play period number 1. Legacy with the man advantage. And Garley has it at center. And here comes Strom. Shot wide. Rebound. Kleingen gobbles it up.
Another big save by Kleingen again. You know, one thing I'll say about shot count is a lot of people they'll look straight at shots and say, oh, that team's done better, but I always look at shot quality. You know, if you're throwing 50 pucks on net and you got 50 easy saves for the goalie, it's not that tough. But you know, you look at the last few shots from Legacy, very, I would call them close to grade A chances, but Kleingen standing tall.
45 seconds, period number 1. Legacy had a stick on the draw, but Century will send it down. Half a minute to play in period number 1. Legacy will have the power play for the first 30 seconds of period 2. But first, Legacy with 25 seconds enters the zone. Mitzel to the circle, backs up, gives it off to Lewis. Lewis tries to seam a pass cross ice, and Central will ram it down.
Yeah, that's one of those half wall plays. Keep it simple. I always say kind of hit your single. Hit your single with a baseline pass, make another one, and that's going to open things up. But they're trying to really try to force that play through the middle.
Oh, Mitzel whistles one wide as the first period will go into the books. That was pretty close. I didn't think Mitzel was going to have enough time and space to get a shot off there, but watch this one just get sent wide here as here comes Gavin Mitzel with time winding down, makes a little move here at the line and a little traffic shot, and that wasn't wide by much. All right, fans, period 1 is in the books. We're scoreless here from the VFW. We'll come back with our Magic Towing intermission report. You blow it, they'll tow it. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next. End of 1 period of play here between Legacy and Century, and we are scoreless on your BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Now we're back in our Magic Towing intermission reports. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. No job too big or too small. Call them when you need a tow. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing. If you mention the PSP Network, you get $50 off your next tow. Magic Towing, you blow it, and Magic Towing will tow it. Todd Domrey's Mario Lamoureux back at our first intermission. Scoreless on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. I would say in a lot of ways Century dominated the action, but good work by Tristan Otto. And, a lot of shots, but there's a few grade A chances there, but most everything was to the perimeter.
Yeah, and this is where I go to shot quality. And I think one of the things Century can do a little bit better is they've had good zone time. When they get that puck up to their points, they need more movement on the blue line from their defensemen. And that's going to start the Legacy defense to kind of start running around, and now you got to make decisions to get out of position. And I think if they do that, I think it'll really open up for them on the offensive side. And those looks that are easy saves for Otto are going to get a little bit more difficult. And
if your head coaches Ryan Farragher and Wade Davison here, co-head coaches, what's the message in the locker room for Legacy to try to maybe kickstart the activity here for the Sabres?
It's got to be, I would say, puck decisions from top of the circles to top of the circles. They've had opportunities where they've had speed through the neutral zone. They have no plays to make, 1-on-2, 1-on-3, and they're trying to dance around people. Put the puck behind the defenseman, get it below their goal line, and give yourself a chance at offensive zone time. It's not always going to work out, but allow yourself to get there, get first touch on your forecheck, allow your second, third guys to come in, and you at least can establish some zone time, but they're just not even giving themselves a chance to get into the offensive zone. So I think puck decisions would definitely be a key for the Legacy group.
All right, fans, here are your numbers from period number one. Brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. They've been a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com or visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Century and Legacy scoreless here after one period of play. Patriots have outshot Legacy 11-2. But both goalies haven't let anything through, as Tristan Otto with 11 saves, Jaden Kleingen with 2 saves. Century 0 for 1 on the man advantage, and Legacy's power play will still have 29 seconds here in period number 2. I want to get your thoughts on that, that kind of cross-period power play. I was talking to Coach Peluso about it a couple weeks ago, and he always hated that. He's just like, I mean, I don't know what it was. Whenever we had a power play that was a minute and a half in one period and 30 seconds in the other period, we never ever scored on those, it seemed like. He's hated it.
It's hard. You go on for a 15-minute break and you come back out. The ice might still be wet. You know, a lot of people say good opportunity, the ice is fast, but that puck's moving a little bit quicker, and you're kind of like, you're trying to get your intensity back up. So that's one of those things. If you can be prepared on a face-off, maybe there's a set play you can try and run and catch the D off guard. But yeah, I would probably agree with Coach Peluso that, you know, when you got 30 seconds left coming into a new period, it's always tough to seem like you can capitalize.
But for Legacy and a team that's trying to kickstart something here, even to have 30 seconds with the man advantage, maybe that's just enough to get the mole going.
I think they have proven that they're a very opportunistic group. They don't have much going for a set period of time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And then all of a sudden, boom, they get their opportunity. It's in the back of the net. So I think this is one of those opportunities. You know, they can be opportunistic, and after a first period where they probably got outplayed for a majority of the period, they could come out and be up 1.
And you saw the little replay package we put together there. Is Heath Frickman probably had the grade A chance of the period.
Yep.
He had one right at the doorstep.
Again, he's one of those guys. He's got great offensive talent. Can he put it all together and become a dominant player in the region? He certainly has the tools and the size to be able to do that. And he's had some good looks tonight. And you know, he would be a player I would say look out for the second half of the season and for the rest of these 2 periods.
All right, fans, there's your numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. It's our first intermission, brought to you by Magic Towing. You blow it, they'll tow it. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. Our intermission report rolls on after this break on the PSP Network. First intermission, BNC Bank scoreboard. Century and Legacy scoreless here from the VFW.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Now we're back at the scene of the crime, the VFW Sports Center tonight. No pun intended. Todd Domrey's Mario Lamoureux, and it's our Magic Towing first intermission report. We're scoreless here. Crosstown rivalry game between Century and Legacy. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. You blow it, they'll tow it. 701-509-4011. Get to the folks at Magic Towing bringing you our intermission reports. Quick glance at that upcoming schedule here on the PSP Network. Of course, you got basketball again tonight. MLS at Ned Rose. Tomorrow night, Mandan at Minot North. Legacy and Bismarck, Berthold and Velva Bay. Stay tuned for that Williston and Minot High game, folks. Obviously, with the shenanigans at the VFW Sports Center and PSP getting ripped off with about $15,000 of equipment, we have split and divided and conquered our equipment, and so we do not know if we have enough equipment to bring you 4 contests tomorrow. So Williston and Minot High could be the one on the block, but we'll see and keep you posted on that. Be sure to like and follow us on our social media channels of Facebook and Twitter, and we'll give you the updates on that schedule as it develops here with this pending court, not court case, but case with the Bismarck PD and others with the insurance and things like that. So, yeah, a lot of things to figure out. All right, you and I talked about the Winter Classic. Who is your NHL team? I don't know if I've ever asked you that. Everybody's got one, right?
You know, I kind of watch just as a fan of the game now, but growing up, I was an Edmonton Oilers fan. My dad comes from Edmonton, so I grew up cheering for the gritty Oilers in the late 90s. That was kind of right after the dynasty was kind of when I really got into hockey, but yeah, the Oilers were my team.
Yeah, well, Oilers have been really good lately, too.
We had a tough stretch in the 2010s. I tell you what, it was tough to be a fan, but McJesus came along and saved everybody, and there's something to cheer about now.
Good friend of mine from the basketball world, Rusty Gillette, married a gal from Edmonton, and now he goes to a lot of Oiler games. I see it all the time that he is... and he's loving life because they've been really good.
Well, when you get a Canadian city like that and your team is good, it's probably got to be one of the best atmospheres, and you're loved around town. And then on the other side of it, you might be public enemy number 1, and you can't really go anywhere in town. So it's fun to be part of that. You got to love being part of the passion with a fan base like that.
All right, fans, we're set for period number 2 from the VFW. Century in those red unis, Legacy in the white, black, and golds. 0-0. Century outshot Legacy 11-2 in that first period, and we are underway.
Legacy makes a little lineup adjustment. Looks like they flopped. They got Caleb Johnson with Garley and Harrison, but that may be just for the power play.
15 seconds left on that man advantage here to start period number 2. Joel Anderson out to the line. Garley steps in, back to the circle, cross ice. Johnson looking far post, back to the high slot. Shot redirected out front, but wide, and we're back to full strength.
You can already tell Legacy too stationary on that power play when they get up top. They just need a little bit of movement just to force those penalty killers out of position.
Loose puck in front of the blue paint. Century scuttles that behind their own nets. And the Patriots just loft it out to center. Oh, and a takeaway. Here comes Brubach, and he steps in, backhand, shoot, score!
He's excited.
It doesn't take Andrew Brubach much.
You cannot give him an easy chance like that. He will make you pay, and he certainly did it there. Offensive juggernaut this year. Great move and great finish.
And here it is. Look at that. Free and clear. Brubach, and sweet move. Little deke to the backhand. And yeah, he was pumped up with the celebration.
Well, you got that. You know, you love to see the passion within the rivalry, and you know he's got friends on the other side, and he let them know. So you've got to make sure he keeps going. I'm sure they'll be gunning for him.
Goal scored unassisted. Time to go 51 seconds. Brubach unassisted.
Brubach unassisted 51 seconds into The second period, it was an even strength goal. Brubachen just tallied his team high 11th goal of the season, his 18th point now. And the Patriots have a 1-zip lead.
That is not the guy you want to give a flat-out breakaway pretty much from the red line. That's about the last guy we should be trying to give that to.
Yeah. And he takes advantage. Beat Tristan Otto on the backhand. Now you get a draw to the circle to the glove side of Tristan Otto. Century leads 1-zip on that BNC National Bank scoreboard. Our scoreboard will catch up. Our interface is lagging a little bit tonight. It'll catch up in just a second. But the Patriots lead 1-0, a minute and change into period number 2. Big hit as Johnson got stuck there by Harrison Johnson. Caleb Johnson also in the vicinity. Back to Mitzel, who fires it in. Johnson behind his own net. Circles for the Patriots. Pops it out to the wall and out to center. And they're going to wave that icing off. Almost a takeaway there by Johnson, who's pinching in. And a stalemate on the wall. Comes out to Evan Davis. Looked for a streaking Beckham. And back now is Braden Strom. And he turns and burns through center ice. So a good stick there by Freeling. Mitzel has it on his wood. And Davis just misfired on an outlet there to Beckham, Presley, McKay. And tonight's icing brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air games than Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com.
Jack Filling has been another guy that's really probably, I don't want to say come out of nowhere because he's a really good player coming up from Banners, but he's a player that's really taken off here in the last 4 or 5 games. You know, started off, I think playing a little bit of JV time, but yeah, he's really taken off and a player they're going to rely on offensively, you know, the back half of the season.
McKay gets it ahead to Garley, and he fires one into the belly of Kleinchen, who's up to the task there. Schulte with a nifty move at the side of the cage. Puts it on the stick of Filling. Jack couldn't control that, and Legacy right back into the Century zone. And Isaac Lewis with a big hit for the Sabres. Century on the wall off a skate. Schulte has it back. Taken away on a nice play there by Joel Anderson. And Hayden Eckert just slows the action. And now he wheels it out to center. Got a developing 2-on-2. Eckert to the backhand. Shoots it through the blue paint. Brubachen holds the line. Eckert lurking in the slot. He will shoot. That got partially blocked. I don't think that got all the way to Tristan Otto.
Yeah, you can see how Hayden Eckert just uses his body. He's got a really long reach. Tough to get that puck away from him. You know, he's really hard to defend when he gets that puck with some speed.
Jack Filling gets it to Brubachen. Brubachen trying to ram one in the side of the net. Schulte took a whack at it right in front of the netminder Tristan Otto. The Sabres take exception to that.
Yeah, Legacy's really, I find they really haven't really established themselves physically, and you got to be able to create turnovers against a team like Century, and I think they just, you know, you talked about being gritty before the game, and I just don't think that they've really established that mindset so far through the first period and a little bit here in the second.
Century on top, 1-zip on your BNC Bank scoreboard. 13:20 to play in period number 2. As here comes Strom. Nice move. Strom, just sailed wide. Made a move, but he lost the puck momentarily. Sent right back in, and a bouncing puck is held on to there by Jaden Kleinchen.
Legacy's been getting outplayed, but they have had those just about grade A looks. They've had about 4 or 5 of them. You know, I don't think it's long before they put one in the back of the net. You know, so Century's really got to make sure they stay tight defensively, play as a 5-man unit, because Legacy is very opportunistic.
13:01 to play, second period. 1-zip, Century leads on your BNC Bank scoreboard. 13-3, Century out shooting Legacy here. Approaching the halfway point of the second period. And now a shot put on net there by Gavin Freeling. That's held on to by Tristan Otto. Yeah, Jack Filling, you know, the sophomore, got moved up into that top line with Brubachen and Schulte, and the production has taken off.
Yeah, he's a player he's good skating with a puck, smart player, and obviously playing with two solid players is 2-on-1 here.
Get a developing 2-on-1. Tried to center it out front. Century had two guys laying on the ice trying to block that. Now loose out in front. Shoot! Rebound! And somehow Jaden Kleingen slammed the door.
For the volume of shots that Legacy has, Kleingen has seen some really difficult looks so far. For pretty much every single shot they've had has been a dangerous one.
Caleb Johnson had this thing on his stick. Watch this when this pops back out, and then it was a melee in front of the net. Ryan Family Dealership replay of that. Drawn the Century zone. Goes right to Jaden Kleingen, puts the mitt down on it with 12:31 to play in our second period. And thanks for that BNC National Bank scoreboard. Nothing against BNC, but the scoreboard interface tonight is a little bit dragging, but now it caught up.
You got her.
It always gets there. Isaac Lewis and Jack Freeling on the draw. Sent across ice. Played by the Sabres. Bo Raschke with a whistling shot from the point. Pops up into the back wall. Century looks to escape with Brubakken, but instead, Raschke just sends it right back in deep. Isaac Lewis twisted off the puck. Garley back to play it. Century's Schulte wraps it off the back wall. Backus with a nifty move to evade Lewis. And out to Brubakken. Tried to come cross ice to Schulte, but that's tipped away. Legacy, pretty good forecheck there. He's trying to establish some zone time and almost had Brubakken again lurking on another breakaway. Here comes Isaac Lewis. Poked off his stick. Brubakken just sends it gently out to center, and Legacy right back into the zone. This might be the best shift of the night for Legacy.
I think so, and the only thing different that they've done, they put the puck behind the defenseman and they were willing to be physical. And now they spent a whole shift in Century zone, and now the tide seems to be turning, at least for now.
Sent up into the rafters a moment ago. Didn't touch anything, so Madison plays it in for Legacy. Brubakken's line's been out there for a while. Century's been stuck in their own zone. And Century still can't escape the zone. Connor back to play it. Over to Johnson. Now to center it comes. And Brubakken in. And Century now is going to get that new unit out there. And Legacy will send it in the Century zone. Quick outlet. Sorensen. Freeling. Shot. Sorensen, a save for Tristan Otto. Frickman, I beg your pardon. Not Freeling had the shot there. Now bodies flying again. Legacy fans looking for an arm in the air. Nothing doing. You get a stalemate in the near side wall in the corner. Century comes out with a developing 3-on-2 if they hustle. Hayden Eckert has the puck. Oh, a shot right on net. Heavy wrister from the circle. Good save again by Tristan Otto. Eckert has it back. Eckert looking out front, centers it, and just off his stick, Heath Frickman. Now back in front, and no!
It was hard. I had a look on it. It looked like it was on the goal line. I could not see. Otto turned, and I lost track of the puck. I could not tell if it went in or not.
There is a debate going on behind the...
It may have been under his butt and in the net, but I did not get a clean look at it.
Well, the officials are conferring. We'll get a Ryan Family Dealership replay on it.
You can kind of see it right under his leg, and then you lose track of it.
Yeah, Dan Emery right in there immediately saying no goal. Well, they're going to go and confer with both the benches.
Well, that's one, if you had a net camera from above, you'd definitely be able to tell, but that one, yeah, it was hard to, it scrambled. Puck was under him. Legacy may have gotten away with one there, but it's hard to tell.
Well, Century had the pressure on again with 10:07 to play in period number 2. Patriots on top 1-0. Century almost had a 2-goal lead there, but it's stuck on the goal line.
And that whole sequence was a neutral zone turnover where they didn't advance the puck forward, and then they got into trouble right after that.
Beckham tries to center it, hit the skates of Connor, Raschke, redirected shot wide of the cage. Patriots will escape the zone. Joel Anderson. And now out front, Beckham with a weak shot wide. Century with 3v1, and they come out of there with it. Backus around the wall. Joel Anderson as Kleingen cleans up the 5-hole there. A shot from the point by Anderson. Century with a quick outlet. Frickman again. Century with a new 5. Yes, here comes Gavin Mitzel for the Sabres. Puck bounces right to Cooper Schwann. Shot, rebound. As Jaden Kleingen stuffs up the cage again there for Century. Now Kleingen out to play it. Bounced over his stick. Johnson battling back there with Schwann. Now loose at the side of the cage. Good stick there by Kleingen. Ooh, dangerous. Outlet pass there for the Patriots. Century got away with it. 8:35 and counting to play in period number 2. 1-0. Century on top on your BNC Bank scoreboard. I get a stalemate on the center ice wall. And dumped in by Freeling. Blaze Miller back to get it for Legacy. Ooh, tried to come cross ice to Renz. Renz in on the chase. Eckert has it on his stick, and here comes the sophomore for the Patriots. Eckert wheeling in, shooting, and a pillow save. Back and forth we go.
Yes, really started to turn into a north-south game. Both teams chances at both ends of the ice.
Schulte fires it back into the zone. High shot off the blocker of Tristan Otto. Cleaned up there by Caleb Johnson. Raschke plays it high off the glass. Held in by Backus. Right back into the zone. Century tried to center it there. Schulte, good stick there by the Sabres. And back comes Legacy. Johnson to Johnson. Caleb wheels through the defense and an arm in the air. And Century will be going into the box. And power play number 2 on the night for Legacy upcoming.
This has got to be that one opportunity in the game for Legacy to try to get on the board. You know, they finally have had a little stretch of time where they've been generating some chances, generating some zone time. All they've done is put the puck behind the defenseman and just that kind of tenacity to try and go and get the puck. But before that, they're just turning pucks over, not aggressive on it, no puck pursuit whatsoever through the first period.
Trenton Connor 2 minutes off for tripping. Face off with the man advantage. Legacy loses that. Century dumps it right down. 2 minutes for tripping. Century off. Anderson establishes the zone. Out to the line to Johnson. Up front to Strom. Tries to center it backside. Oh, Anderson had a point-blank chance. Somehow Kleingen got it out of there.
That was a great look by Strom, I think, to find Garley on the back door, but that was Anderson on the back door. A great save.
Isaac Lewis turned it into the nets. Bodies fly, puck loose at the side of the cage. How about that crash to the cage by Isaac Lewis?
Well, that's what Legacy's going to need. You need guys to take pucks inside the dots. Right now they've been able to get a few good looks, but just establishing yourself that you can get to the top of the paint, as they say in basketball. I shouldn't even make the comparison. I was the worst basketball player of all time, but you got to get to the paint. You got to get to the paint.
You know better than to mention basketball stuff when I'm doing a broadcast, Mario.
I know, it's just not my territory.
Pretty soon somebody will be skating up the sidelines when I start thinking like that.
I did. My wife was a varsity basketball player, and I can beat her in a game. It's been a while since we've played, but she usually would lose to me. I could try hard. That's about all I could do.
Half a minute left on the man advantage. Heavy shot from the line by Mitzel. Blocker save Kleingen. Legacy trying to get it back to the point, and out to center it comes. Caleb Johnson back to Beckham. He's double teamed. Century sandwiched down. And here comes Mitzel with 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Gets it over to Beckham, and he turns it over. Century, the developing 2-on-2. Here comes Frickman sliding into the zone. Comes back to the forehand. Shoots, save, rebound, score! as the man advantage expires. And Heath Frickman has just given Century a 2-zip lead.
That's when you talk about that skill level from Heath Frickman. Just he really has the tools to be able to make offensive plays, uses his big body, protects the puck, stays on it, and puts it in the back of the net. A great play by Frickman, and that's that skill that Century needs to see out of him.
Yeah, how about that second effort as he was tangled up. Came back to the forehand. Otto made the first save, but then Frickman was able to backhand it in, and the Patriots lead 2-zip. 11:34 is the time of the goal. Frickman unassisted. It was an even strength goal. Legacy's man advantage had just expired, and the Patriots now lead 2-zip. Hayden Eckert slams on the brakes. Patriots have it in deep. Eckert turns back to the circle, tried to center it across ice to Johnson and hit a stick.
You can see how hard Eckert is to handle in the offensive zone. He's hard to get to. He uses his body well, gets that puck outstretched, and it's just hard to get your stick to create that turnover on him. And he's just done a great job with his puck possession in the offensive zone.
Hey, he's what you'd call a wide body.
That's not the body that you want to run into. It's one of those ones you run into it and it really hurts.
4:47 to play, second period. Century 2, Legacy 0. Shots are now 20-10 in favor of the Patriots. That gap closed quite a bit when Legacy was on the man advantage. They had grade A chances, couldn't get one past Kleingen.
Well, it's a big goal for Century because you finally started to see some life out of Legacy. They were getting some scoring chances. It was a little bit more back and forth, and then that's definitely a dagger for Legacy and a big goal. So Legacy's got to stay on it, try to get themselves back in the game.
Century in the Legacy D zone. Johnson gets it up ahead to Strom. Strom tried to come back to Johnson, batted back behind the net. Loose now at the side of the cage. Century, neat little outlet. And here comes Jack Filling. Filling sends it in. It's played back there by Bo Raschke. Century little takeaway in the zone. Stepping in is Johnson. His shot block. Still has it in the slot. Tried to send it over to Schulte. Schulte bodies a guy off the puck. Just drops it in deep. Filling back working along with Johnson. And now you get a stalemate behind Tristan Otto. Filling digs it out. Tried to get it in front. Couldn't do it to a diving Gavin Freeling. I beg your pardon. Legacy had Harrison Johnson wheeling in as Century just tips it in.
That's one of those plays again. Harrison Johnson doesn't really have speed coming to the neutral zone, tries to walk around. Now the puck's back in Legacy's zone.
Frickman with another sweet move to get a chance. Freeling holds the line, tipped away, and lofted out to center by Legacy. Back to play it is Backus. Carter Madison has it on his stick, but Legacy offside. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Ryan Family Dealership. They also bring you our replays. Commitment and respect to their customers is strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston, or shop online at driveryan.com. Center ice draw. Back to Evan Davis. Pops it off the wall. Schwann couldn't grab it. Backus playing it for Century. Frickman has it. How do you like this guy's frame? You don't see too many guys 6'3", 190.
No, really lanky, good skill set. You know, for him, I think if he can kind of have the right mindset to his game, he can be a really dangerous player.
Madison tried to get it out. Backus holds it in, throws it in front, hit traffic. Might have hit Frickman. It's a bad feeling when you're that guy trying to tip a shot in front and the puck gets you.
Well, I've been hit in the face a few times. It does not feel good.
I bet. Backus bodied off the puck, sends it back over to Eckert. And Eckert slips through the defense in the slot. Backhand shot, save. Tristan Otto, rebound. Eckert lurking, and now you get some pleasantries. Some New Year's Eve pleasantries shared by the Sabres and the Patriots.
You got to love the rivalry. It's great to see. You got to be smart if you're on either side, though. You don't want to be taking a penalty at this point in the game. it could be a total difference maker, if you were to get a power play and someone capitalized.
2:19 to play, period number 2. Century leads 2-zip. 2:19 to play, period number 2. Century on top, 2-zip. Yeah, shot off the draw there as Brubachen sent that wide right off the drop of the puck. Mitzel plays it out to Mason Strom, but Century takes it away, and A.J. Johnson dumps it right back in. Freeling and Schulte and Brubachen out there. Brubachen has it. Back out to center ice. Johnson just pile drives it right back in for the Patriots with under 2 to play in period number 2. 2-0, Century leads. As Davis comes cross ice to Isaac Lewis. Just misses Johnson on an outlet. Century pinching. And Legacy has it. Gavin Mitzel to center ice. And the Sabres on the chase. Caleb Johnson in there, along with Harrison Johnson. And Mason Strom as Century gets it to Brubachen. Oh, Brubachen slammed into a defender, and I know who got the worst of that one.
Caleb Johnson got up pretty slow. It looks like he's laboring something, but Brubachen's been just a beast today.
Brubachen leaves it for Jack Filling and didn't get much on that one, and Otto saves it up.
Yeah, Brubachen, he's done everything this game. He's been physical, he's created turnovers, he obviously had a big goal. But yeah, he's been doing a little bit of everything, and he's been a really solid player all around. It's not always just what ends up on the score sheet that contributes to win, but he's doing a little bit of everything tonight.
52 seconds to play, period 2. Century leads 2-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Garley plays it back to Joel Anderson. Anderson along the wall out to Johnson. Trying to get it ahead to Strom. And dumped back in by Braden Strom. Anderson has to wheel in his own end with 30 seconds to play in period 2. Sent out to center. Harrison Johnson to Garley. Strom has it on his stick now on the far wall. Oh, and that could be 5.
Yeah, that is a dangerous, and I would be surprised if it's not a 5. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but player in a vulnerable position, that's a tough one to take in the last 18 seconds of the second.
Yeah, we'll find out in just a second, but the officials are conferring. Aiden Johnson is going off for Century. And now is it going to be 2 or is it going to be 5? Long conversation. Just 2 minutes for elbowing?
I think so.
Yep.
They had a closer look at it on the ice. From way up here, it looked like a dangerous hit, but you don't always see it clearly from way up here.
18 seconds left in period 2. In that scoreboard tonight, it's just trailing a little bit, but it's caught up now. 2-0 Century on top, and we're going to redo the draw. 17 seconds. Yes, Legacy will have another cross-period power play here. They come cross ice. High shot, shoot, score!
What an absolutely massive goal.
Braden Strom just buried one.
Harrison Johnson.
Or Harrison Johnson, that was 8, not 18. Massive goal, as you said, Mario. Off the draw, quick seam pass. Here's your Ryan Family Dealership replay.
You can see that's a set play. Gets that puck. Johnson's coming down the right flank right away. That is a huge goal, and this game is totally flipped around. With how opportunistic Legacy is, this game is really could go either way.
Down to 7 seconds, down to 5, down to 4, and period number 2 is in the books. The landscape just changed. Here's another Ryan Family Dealership replay. With only seconds remaining, you think that was a set play off the draw?
Absolutely. I think you can see Johnson's going pretty much right away once they see that they get the win. And Harrison Johnson did a heck of a shot right over the shoulder and under the bar. But That's a massive goal, and that's exactly what Legacy needed, and all of a sudden this game is totally flipped around.
Yep, Harrison Johnson, top shelf where Grandpa Fred hides the good stuff. He beats Jaden Kleingen, and we're at our second intermission, brought to you by Magic Towing. End of 2 from the VFW. On your BNC National Bank scoreboard, it is Century 2, Legacy 1. Third period and our second intermission come up after this break on the PSP Network.
The goal was scored for Legacy. Power play goal. Scored by number
PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Make that number 8, Harrison Johnson, assist to number 4, Joel Anderson. And number 18, Brayden Strong. Time of that goal, 16:48.
on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Jersey Mike
Mike's slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Back at the VFW, it's our Magic Towing second intermission report. 3 goals put on the board in that second period as Century has a 2-1 lead. It's our Magic Towing intermission report. No job too big or too small. Magic Towing, 701-509-4011. You blow it, and they'll tow it. They serve Western North Dakota. Mention the PSP Network. Get $50 off your next tow. Scoreless first period. Century gets goals from Brubakken and I got to remember Frickman. Yeah, Frickman. And then that late one. Just talk about you mentioned it, just the massive proportions of that late goal by Legacy in that second period.
Well, I think you look at the period, Century goes up 2 right after Legacy. It finally felt like they were getting some momentum in the game, and then Century comes, puts it up 2-0. So then you feel like, hey, the tides are turned against you, and then you get a late power play off of a tough penalty late in the second period, and they capitalized on it, and that puts them right back in the game. And you talk about how opportunistic Legacy can be, and you get a 1-goal game. And, I think that their Century's in a dangerous position right now, so they got to really make sure that they come out, establish their game, which they've done for a good chunk of the game. Rely on guys like Brubach and to really set the tone, and try to take over the third period.
Yeah, you saw the goal from Johnson as we run a little highlight package here. You saw the backhand rebound put in by Heath Frickman, and Legacy, they haven't had as many chances, but you kind of called it. You thought that they were close to popping one in.
You look at the shot count and you think very lopsided game, and definitely the Century has controlled the majority of the play. But if you look at grade A chances, if you go look at all of them, I would say Legacy probably has more. And again, an opportunistic group. Maybe you're not taking outside shots that are easy saves for the goalies that you're going to see in a shot count, but the quality that they're getting and quality inside the dot lanes is really dangerous, and that's tough for a goalie. Kleinjen, not a lot of shots, but he's really had to stand tall for the action that he's gotten today.
Yeah, and here's the first goal of the period there by Andrew Brubach, and that gave Century the lead. So, yeah, good action in that second period. It's our Magic Towing intermission report. Century on top 2-1. Let's look at the numbers. Brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. You can find them online at driveryan.com. Century, as mentioned, leads 2-1. Patriots out shooting Legacy 22-9. Tristan Otto with 20 saves back there for Legacy. Kleinjen counters with just 8 saves of the 9 shots he's seen. Century 0 for 1 on the power play, and Legacy just converted that one for Harrison Johnson to go 1 for 3 on the power play. I guess anything stand out to you there on those numbers?
I think the shot count is accurate for how this game has looked. Century has really, to me, been the better team through 2 periods. But hockey's a weird game. All you need is one bounce. All of a sudden we could have a tie game, or it could go the other way. But right now I think I could go back to our first intermission. Legacy started to take care of the puck a little better, started to get scoring chances. And I think Century's really going to have to rely on their big guns to step up in this period. Your Brubach and Eckert, those guys that have really carried the load this season. And then have those young guys try to step up like a Filling, or a Case and Hager to come in and try to establish themselves.
That's been good. As advertised, between Century, who's won 6 straight, Legacy's won 4 of 5. Sabres haven't played in a couple weeks, but Century was impressive over in Fargo-Moorhead this last weekend, getting 3 W's. So, yeah, this third period could be wild and woolly. Keep it right here as it's our second intermission, brought to you by Magic Towing. You blow it, they'll tow it. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota, 701-509-4011. You can contact them. Mention the PSP Network. You'll save $50 off your next tow. All right, fans, here's the remaining schedule the rest of this week for the PSP Network. Tomorrow you got a quadruple header of basketball. Mandan and Minot North, Legacy and Bismarck, Berthold and Velva, and we mentioned the equipment issue that PSP Network had some stuff taken last night here at the VFW, so we'll sort that out, see if we can actually do 4 games in one night again like we typically do, but we're running with a limited set of stash because somebody has got it in their basement, we think, so we'll have America's Most Wanted here soon, and we'll catch those folks and put them to justice. All right, fans, our third period comes up next from the VFW. Century leads 2-1. Stay tuned. Third period action comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Had your back, or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Todd Domrey's Mario Lamoureux back at the VFW in Bismarck as we get set for our third period of action. They're giving the teams a little extra time here so that ice has to set up a little bit yet. Still looks a little wet out there. And we get a chance to tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot, the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. And we are underway in period number 3. Our scoreboard will catch up in just a second. It still shows 5:13 left in the intermission, but period is right, score's right, shots are right, and it'll catch up in just a moment here as Century in the red, Legacy in the whites, black and gold. And Joel Anderson rifles one off the boards, backhanded by Backus. Strom bodied off the puck by Schulte.
One thing I would keep an eye on is Century really hasn't used the bottom of their lineup at all tonight. Legacy has incorporated a little bit of their third, fourth line, their third deep pair a little bit. See what energy levels are looking like the second half of this third period.
Yeah, indeed. As Schulte just tosses one up into the rafters. And that wouldn't be, I mean, I've been covering hockey for a few years in the capital city, and that's not really that much different of how Coach Olson sometimes rolls his lines out there.
Yeah, he definitely relies kind of on his big guns, and those guys really have played well, but do you run out of steam in the third period? I know you go play a really top team, and you're out there every other shift. By the third period, you certainly you got to be in really, really good shape to be able to sustain those kind of minutes. So, are they up for the test? I think they absolutely could be, but just something to keep an eye on, as we look at the back half of the period.
Beckham has a chance, gives it off to Lewis. High shot, blocker save through the blue paint. Good chance for Legacy here as we start period number 3. Just underway, 15:50 to play in that third period. Legacy's tilted the ice a little bit here to start. Frickman has it on his stick. Poked away by Beckham. Sent right back in. Kleingen didn't look like he had a good grasp on where that one was actually at. Johnson bumps it along. Frickman cross ice into the skates of Strom, and Sorensen just dumps it in for the Patriots who get a new 5 out there. Legacy in their D zone comes out to center. Backus takes that away, and he carries in. Just dumps it in deep. Freeling chasing. Played by Raschke. And back out to center we come. A couple minutes into the third period. A little bit of feeling out here as here comes Freeling. Gavin Shot, rebound, side of the cage. Erickson centers it back out in front, bouncing puck in the slot. And Legacy can't. Oh, they did escape the zone.
I think they might have missed on that one. That looked like he was able to keep it in, but they had a better look at it than we did.
Yeah. Hayden Eckerts was probably thinking that he had that one on the blue line, but they say it came out to center, and it'll be offsides on the Patriots. 2-1 Century leads early on here in our third period of action. Century now does have that fourth line out there. Easton Eggerts. At least a portion of that fourth line is out there. Brubaken's also out there. As Johnson tried to shoot down one with some traffic in front of Kleingen. Went wide of the cage. Strom on the near side wall, weaving through traffic, got into the skates of Brubaken, who takes it away. Lofts it cross ice, grabbed there by Eggert. Easton throws it on net. Schulte up the wall, grabbed there by A.J. Johnson, who fires it right back on net. Steered away by Tristan Otto as we played 3 minutes here in the third period. Still 2-1 Century as Hagerot to Sorensen. Frickman shot in the 5-hole, closed up there by Tristan Otto. Century holds the zone. Out to the line, Frickman. His shot blocked. Connor throws it in deep. Hagerot and Sorensen back there for Century. Blaze Miller plays it to the line, but not out. Century's Frickman lurking behind the net in Gretzky's office. He got rammed off the puck there by Strom. And out to center it comes. Johnson carries in with Hagerot. High wrist shot into the eyeballs, and Tristan Otto hangs on to that.
Yeah, this is kind of like Legacy. Century had a good last shift, but this is kind of the first portion of the game where I feel like Legacy's really trying to go and get after it. You know, I feel like they really kind of sat back. Not a lot of momentum, a little bit in the second period, but they finally come out, look like they're trying to establish themselves that they want to win this game.
2-1 Century on top, 13:08 to play in the contest. The Patriots have outshot Legacy 27-10. And the Sabres will ace the puck, brought to you tonight by Prestwich Orthodontics. Braces and Invisalign for all ages, 0% financing, free consultations. Find them online at mynotbraces.com. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. Serving the Magic City for 25 years. Try the Blue Buffalo, the plain cheese, 852-1700. Planet Pizza. Legacy flips it out to Beckham, and Isaac Lewis will throw it in. Cooper Schwann into the chase. Beckham comes out of there with it, out to the line. Joel Anderson, bouncing puck. Blocked to the corner by the Patriots. Beckham still has it. Slams on the brakes. Tried to center it out front to Lewis, who bats it out to the line. Anderson will step in, wrist shot blocked again. Century doing a good job right now getting into those shooting lanes, blocking pucks. Erickson had a stick on it. Lewis still battling. Isaac Lewis wins the puck battle. Down deep, tried to center it. Good block there by Century's Brubaken. I'll check that. That was Connor. Legacy, Raschke just tosses it right back in. Just like Century had some zone time a moment ago, here Legacy's doing the same thing, and Century senses that and just sends it right down the ice. And tonight's icing brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. You can find them online at northern-plains.com.
You know, one of the things I think both teams, and just watching Legacy, they finally get some puck possession on the blue line with their D, and their D's first movement is in towards the net, which makes you closer to the winger. I'd like to see those guys stay out on the blue line, work that line, and force the wingers to have to chase further, and I think you give yourself better shot opportunities.
Just creates space, right?
Just you get guys running around a little bit more, but you're kind of going to where they want you to be. And you think you're closer to the net, so your scoring chance is better, but now you've kind of closed off your options.
Caleb Johnson tried to enter the Century zone, couldn't do it. Mitzel pipes it right back in. Backus, as Century's back behind their own goal line. Brubaken comes to center. Off the skates of Sorensen. As Mitzel pops it right back in for Legacy. Rasky will hold the line. As Kennison's also in there now for Legacy. And a little hand pass whistled on Legacy, and it'll come out to center. 11:06 to play in the contest. Century with that 2-1 lead. I kind of like the mojo that Legacy's come out here within the third period.
They've finally looked like they want to try to be the better team. I feel like they really sat back in the game, especially in that first period. They just had nothing going, but they just weren't aggressive, weren't assertive. Their puck pursuit was weak. Even right there, you're trying to dance around people and those turn into turnovers. And I think that's really been a thing that they have to get better at to try and establish more zone time.
Take away by Isaac Lewis. Sorensen in the slot, goes to the far wall. And he just barely got it out of the zone. Frickman has it on his stick now for the Patriots. He will turn at center. Frickman with a head of steam, tried to wheel through some traffic, and he's going to be tripped up, and Legacy is going into the box. Sabres into the sin bin for 2. Century will have their second power play of the night.
And they get their top unit out there. It's a big opportunity for them to try to build on that 1-goal lead.
Ben Garley off for 2 minutes. And as you said, you get Schulte and Brubakken out there. And Legacy will just backhand it down.
One thing Century did really well last year on their power play, they utilized all 5 guys. There were a lot of power plays, they'll utilize 2 or 3 guys, but they really utilized everyone. And I just think they haven't been able to establish themselves quite the same way this year as far as using everyone on that power play. But, it's halfway through the season, and those are things you're trying to work through.
Well, and that has something to do with, you had Charlie Vig and Dawson Lentz and Ronas and Leduc, and
it didn't hurt.
I mean? Yeah, that didn't hurt.
They had a really solid team last yeyear.
That was a pretty potent power play unit as Century's got 1:20 left on the man advantage. Here comes Schulte. Gets it into the zone. Schulte in deep. Century establishing the power play with the man advantage. Now it's bottled up on the wall. Patriots looking to dig it out, and they do to Frickman. Centers it out in front, but Schulte couldn't whack at it. It's kind of almost at his back skate. Couldn't get a stick on it. 1 minute left in the man advantage. Century's Eckert to Frickman. Frickman weaving through traffic, shoot, and a save for Tristan Otto.
You can see Frickman, he is just a dangerous player when he can wind up his speed. He's just got such a long reach, really sneaky good hands. But yeah, he can be a really dangerous player, and you can see it there again. He just about put him up 3-1.
He came flying in, and how about that move at the point of attack? I'm going to let that wind again just so you can see the whole thing. Watch that little move. Got it on his backhand, back to his forehand, and Otto closed the door. Century with 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Frickman again. Bodied off the puck nicely there by Mitchell, who took him down. Hagerot walls it up along with Sorensen. Another Sabre joins the fray. 3v2 for Century. Somebody lost a stick. Century has the line to Johnson. Still giving him the business over there. Frickman. Hey, there comes Johnson out with it. Gets it up ahead to Caleb Johnson, and Legacy shorthanded as Klangren has to come out of the cage to play it. Patriots down to 6 seconds left on the man advantage. Here comes Hayden Eckert along with Micah Erickson. Eckert slams on the brakes, and he lost his skate and got bodied up there. Nice play by Joel Anderson.
Maybe lucky that they didn't get a call there. One of those awkward plays where he's turning and you're trying to make contact. They're probably fortunate they didn't get a penalty on that one.
Big kill there for Legacy. Let's see if that turns into some momentum for Legacy. Back to even strength we are with 8:10 and counting to play in the contest. Third period action from the VFW. This WDA hockey matchup has been a good one. 0-0 at the end of one. Century scored the first goal in the second period, went up 2-0 before a late second period goal by Harrison Johnson, made it 2-1, and that's where we stay right now. 10 minutes into the third. Century's A.J. Johnson belts it in. Out to center ice. And Brubakken. Has it on his stick. Flips it into center slot, but nobody home. Back out to neutral ice. Brubachen had it go through his skates momentarily. Got it ahead to Schulte. Schulte, oh, he got decked. Big hit there by Gavin Mitchell.
That's the kind of play they need out of a guy like Gavin Mitchell. He's not going to have huge point totals, but if he can establish himself physically and kind of be the guy in the back end that really is a physical presence, that makes a huge difference playing against the opposition where they feel like they got to worry about a guy that's physical like Mitchell.
Connor shot at the line blocked. Trenton Connor back to play it. Eckert now has it. Oh, almost taken away by Johnson, and now a century's going off. Little mishandle of the puck, and Johnny on the spot was Harrison Johnson, and he got tripped up.
Little chirping going back and forth. I wonder what they're saying.
Yeah. Who's going off for Century? Nobody's going into the box.
I think it's Brubachen, but I'm not. No, it doesn't look like it. It's not good when the refs don't know either.
Well, I think it's going to be Trent Connor. It looked like it was either going to be him or Hayden Eckert. That's going to be Trenton Connor. 2 minutes for tripping. Huge opportunity here for Legacy.
It looks like they're taking a time. I think it's Legacy taking the timeout.
Yep, timeout Legacy.
Now this is one of those opportunities where you just gotta, all Legacy needs is that one chance, that one shot, because they got guys that are really dangerous. You got Strom, Garley, Harrison, all dangerous shooters. So if they can pot one, this is a really interesting game because Legacy doesn't need much to score.
And Legacy's had that power play set up nicely. I remember a one-timer for Garley. You had the great play off the draw late in period number 2 for Harrison Johnson. So the setup has been there as it's a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the ice. Full-service, family-owned, independent community bank founded in 1910. Serving rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. First International Bank and Trust brings you our timeouts. Going to be a Serve Pro power play upcoming for Legacy. Century's Trent Connor off 2 minutes for tripping. And, just what the doctor ordered for the Sabres to potentially tie this baby up. Century has outshot Legacy 28-11. But that doesn't really matter now.
If the score's tied, the score's tied.
The score's tied.
That's
the score's tied. All right, here we go. Legacy out of that Coach Davison, Coach Farragher timeouts. Century wins the draw and just walls it up. Legacy trying to dig it out of there with Harrison Johnson. Popped out to Joel Anderson.
And this is what Legacy wants. They want to have a little bit of time, move that puck around, and then they kind of wait for that opportunity for an attack.
Another penalty upcoming on Century as Tristan Otto is trying to get off, but you're going to get an interference call now on Century, and you're going to have a 5-on-3.
Well, this got really interesting now, Todd.
Hayden Eckert is going off.
And that's not the guy that you want to be going off for 5-on-3. He's your top defenseman. That's a big hit to not have him out there and in the box.
So now it just got interesting.
That's a huge clear by Century to try and drop about 15 to 20 seconds.
Got a minute and a half of a two-man advantage. Now down to 1:25. Legacy is going to have their 4th and 5th power plays here now, 5-on-3. Legacy establishes his own. Garley sent back up top. Stepping in, cross ice center, looking for Strom, and I think Kleingen just fell in his derriere and covered it up.
To me, Legacy looks like they're a little bit nervous. They don't want to mess up, and I think they got to just have some swagger when they have that puck and be ready to take that grade A chance. But they really got to make sure it's a grade A look when you're 5-on-3.
Legacy keeps the same unit out there. Century gets a new 3. 1:04 left on the 5-on-3 for the Sabres. Caleb Johnson and Johnson for Century, and the draw won by the Sabres. Joel Anderson has it. to Garley, back to Johnson, back to Garley. Back to Johnson. Garley one time. Oh, and he whiffed on it.
It was there. If he could have got a hold of that one, a very good chance of going in.
Caleb Johnson surveying, back to Anderson. Now to Harrison Johnson. Shoot high. And it comes out to the line, but not out. 30 seconds on the 5-on-3. Garley will step in, shoot to the 5-hole, rebound out front. Knocked away. Century, as Anderson fires it high over the net. Gloved away at the side of the net. Century whacking at it, but it's not out. 15 seconds on the 5-on-3. Anderson wide on the pass. Johnson will fire it down.
That's a big, they're gonna get that first guy out of the box here. Legacy just looking a little bit nervous handling that puck, moving it around.
Century has killed off the 5-on-3, still 23 seconds on the man advantage. Beckham comes wheeling in, shoots, sharp angle, Century clears. And now another arm in the air.
Looks like too many men on Legacy, I believe. Yep.
Oh man, a developing situation. With 4:56 to play in the game, Century just killed off a 5-on-3. Will be even strength for 11 seconds. And then Century's going to have a minute 49 of their own man advantage.
That's a huge kill by Century. I think they did a good job at trying to keep Legacy perimeter. And Legacy, I think, just not really moving the puck cleanly, and that really kind of killed their 5-on-3.
And now the Century Patriots will ask for and receive their timeout, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Founded in 1910, locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. As we mentioned, 11 seconds of 4-on-4, and then Century will have 149 of a man advantage, and you got 4:56 to play in the contest. They just changed the score to be 19-1 in favor of Century. Our scoreboard hasn't caught up to that yet, but thankfully.
I don't think that's right.
Hey, this just in. It's not 19-1. Oh man, that's actually funny. Yeah, there's you get a shot at the scoreboard here at the VFW. Oh, there they got it right.
There we go.
Right before our eyes. They changed it. Good job by our camera crew.
You got to give a shout out to the guys in the box. Those 4 guys do like every home game for all the teams the whole year. Just unbelievable to have those guys around. I really enjoyed getting to know them when I was coaching. Just real good people, and Bismarck community is really lucky to have those guys that volunteer to do that.
Well, I got the penalty on the wrong side here. There you go. All things getting straightened out. There you go. All right, a draw to the glove side of Tristan Otto with under 5 to play in the contest. Here comes a chance. Harrison Johnson, and he lost an edge.
It was a good track back by Heath Frickman to not allow Harrison more room once he got into the O-zone.
Now Century has the man advantage for 140. Patriots lead 2-1. Frickman will just dump it in. Century playing 5-on-4 here for the next 1:30. Back behind the net, Patriots trying to establish zone on the man advantage. Eckert has it. Pops it out to Brubachen, who has to send it back along the wall to Frickman. Out front, Eckert. Oh, one-timer. Big shot and a blocker save there for Tristan Otto. Frickman back behind the net. Frickman will come out to the line to Backus. Backus back to Frickman, sticks into the dot, shot, and a glove save for Tristan Otto.
You know, I can't say enough about Otto, how comfortable he looks. You have Hayden Eckert who has an absolute bomb that gets a one-timer from the slot area, and he just looks like it's such a routine save, and I don't think he realized how difficult those saves are. Yeah, he just looks really comfortable this year, and he's having a great season.
1 minute left on the man advantage for the Patriots. Sent around the wall by Legacy, but not out. Eckert holds it in, slams on the brakes, has the defense come to him. Now he sends a shot out front. And that was blocked and sent down by Legacy. Century leads 2-1. 3:30 to play in the game. 39 seconds on the man advantage. Century comes wheeling in with Eckert. Still has it on his stick. Eckert fires, and Otto, I think, got a glove on that. Back out to the line of Johnson. Plays it on the wall, looking for Sorensen, who has it back. Back now to Johnson. Out to Eckert from the right dot. Eckert, traffic in front, shoot, rebound, and it's loose to the side of the cage. And Legacy will wheel it around and out. Down to 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Down to 5. Hagerot to Eckert, who just dumps it in, and that's going to do it. Legacy has killed it off with 2:52 and counting to play in the contest. Century dumps it in. They're offsides. They tag up. Patriots have outshot Legacy 30-15. Score remains 2-1 Century. Here comes Legacy's Strom. Got Johnson with them. Strom tried to center it out front. Johnson. And now Raschke with a big shot from the line. Kleingen saves that. Century's Schulte gets it up ahead to Brubachen. And coming out of there with it is Joel Anderson.
Yeah, if you're Century, you really got to try and get those pucks at least below the hash marks. Play it low. You're trying to eat the clock at this point. And you do not want to give Legacy offensive zone time. And I think they left that puck open.
Right through the slot it goes and out to neutral ice. Legacy will turn, and they'll send it over to Braden Strom. Strom got tangled up in the skates. Aiden Johnson has a chance. He's got Freeling with them. Johnson back down deep, just like you said, and he got laid into, and now he's laying on the puck. Time expiring, though, and that's in the favor of the Patriots. Century at the forecheck, but here comes Legacy's Harrison Johnson. Pops it out, and it's played by Backus. He will turn and retreat, and turn and retreat again. Backus comes near side to Eckert. Hayden Eckert trying to get it up ahead to Frickman. Too far for him. Mitzel with 90 seconds to play. I'm taking a look at Tristan Otto to see if he has a chance to get out of there and get the extra attacker on, as Century will now send it in. 1:13 to play, and there comes Otto. Legacy has the extra man out there as here comes Isaac Lewis. Lewis slams on the brakes, tried to center it, goes through the slots. Sorensen plays it. Legacy's net is empty. Century out to the line, but not out. Anderson shot blocked out in front. Century's Eckert comes out of there with it. Eckert will fire. Oh, and hit the pipe. Hit the pipe from center ice. They say he was over the line, so no icing. He hit the crossbar. Century has it back to Eckert, who just flips it ahead. 37 seconds to play. Legacy with the extra attacker. Strom enters the zone. Carries in, tries to wrap around, and Kleingen closes the door.
Legacy has got to get their guys inside the dots, get in that slot lane, and try and give at least a puck carrier more room, but they got to get to that net harder.
There you see the wraparound there by Strom. He put his hands in the air like he stuffed that one past Kleingen, but Jaden there to preserve the 1-goal lead. Big draw here.
And both teams have used their timeouts.
We're playing on. 28 seconds left in the contest. Out to the line it comes. Raschke to Beckham. His centering pass blocked to the wall. Century gets it out to center ice. Schulte with an empty net. He will just toss it in.
Might as well go for it at that point. I know he's trying to make a team play, but you got to try and put that in the net.
Here comes Beckham, maybe one last chance, down to 5 seconds. Strom towards the net, and it's gloved up, and Kleingen tried to drop it to the last second. Clock has expired, but I think they're going to put more time on it.
Yeah, there's probably should be maybe about 2 seconds roughly on the clock.
Now we'll get the official ruling here. In the waning seconds on your BNC Bank scoreboard, Century leads 2-1. You get somebody for Century going off? I didn't see the penalty.
I'm going to have to give Schulte a hard time about not going for the empty netter. In hockey, it's kind of like tradition, like don't be selfish and go for the open net. But like to me, that's like old school. You need to put the puck in the net, finish the game. Don't even give the other team a chance at an opportunity.
.6 seconds remaining. Century just bottling this up. Braden Strom, the draw, and that's it. This one has gone final. Century's Freeling went off there in the last second, so it was a temporary man advantage for .6 seconds. And the Patriots pick up some important points here, and they win this WDA hockey matchup tonight on the PSP Network. Stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. Final score on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's Century 2, Legacy 1 postgame next here on the PSP Network.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Clean it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough.
Well, welcome to 2025. That was entertaining hockey right there. Century survives in many ways as they win this one 2-1 over the Legacy Sabres. Patriots pick up their 8th win in the season, and they are now 8-2, and Legacy will fall to 5-4. Important points tonight in the West region for the Patriots. Just good activity. I mean, that was a lot of jam-packed. For only 3 goals being scored, there was a lot of action.
A lot of good chances. And I would say Century probably was the better team tonight. They controlled, a good chunk of the play. But Legacy, a lot of good grade A opportunities. Kleingen had to be really strong tonight for that game to not be flipped the other way. Because they had a lot of good looks, and Century, maybe a little bit more volume of shots, but definitely controlled the tempo or majority of the play for the most part. But a great hockey game to start the new year.
Yeah, and both goalies I thought were really good. You saw excellent saves by both Kleingen and Tristan Otto tonight.
Yeah, Kleingen, a lot of tough night for him because he didn't have a lot of action, but they were all a lot of good looks coming at him. And then Otto, to me, he's been really solid all year. Given, again, you said that at the start of the game, he's going to give you a chance to stay in every single game for the whole year, and he's just been really steady and looked really comfortable in the net.
Yeah, you had a couple. You're seeing them right now on your Ryan Family Dealership replays here. You saw some chances for both teams. There you see the goal by Harrison Johnson at the end of the second period. But man, there was just save after save after save in that third period. Both netminders on top of their game. As it's our planning team financial advisors. Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning team financial advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. All right, Mario, a couple things to get to here. First off, it's our move of the game brought to you by Spas, etc. They've been doing it since 2001, 22 years experience with spas, hot tubs, sauna, tanning beds, sales, and installation services. Also have an extensive selection of billiard tables and gazebos in their Bismarck, North Dakota store. And your Spas, etc. move of the game tonight is this goal by Heath Frickman was outstanding.
Yeah, he's a player with a ton of potential. You're big, lanky. He's got a good skill set. When he can wind the puck up, he's really dangerous, and he really showed it here. I mean, when you allow him to get speed and get around, he's tough to reach to as a defender, and you can see he takes the puck hard to the net. And then stays with it, and to have the kind of the wherewithal to stay on that puck and then put it in the net, that's a difficult play to make, and it was a great goal and definitely worthy of move of the game.
Yeah, and that strength to have that backhand still available at the tail end of that was really, really good. Congratulations, Heath Frickman. The young man scores a goal tonight for Century as Frickman gets his 7th goal of the season. The sophomore is your move of the game tonight. 22 years experience, hot tub, spas, saunas, tanning beds, sales and installation services, along with billiard tables and gazebos, spas, etc. brings you that move of the game tonight. All right, fans, quick look at that schedule upcoming here for the PSP Network. Of course, you got basketball action tomorrow night. Mandan, Minot North, Legacy and Bismarck, and Berthold at Velvet tomorrow night in Division B boys basketball. Stay tuned and follow us on our social media platforms of the PSP Network of Facebook and Twitter, as we'll let you know if we can pull off all 4 of those games with limited equipment after the thievery last night at the VFW. All right, fans, it's now time for your MVP of the contest, brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking your best. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. And, hey, man, Jaden Kleingen stops 16 of the 17 shots he sees tonight. But you kind of mentioned it a couple different times. You thought Andrew Brubachen just brought it tonight, and I think he's the MVP of the contest tonight.
Every team, when you come to start a game, you want to establish yourself early. You know, that first shift, get physical. For me, first shift, he comes out, has 2 big hits. I think established Century as a team that was ready to go. You need your leaders to step up and do that. He stepped up with some big plays, but to me it was he did a little bit of everything tonight. He was physical. He made contact, gave it probably his teammates confidence to be physical as well. Scores a huge goal, made some good plays, and to me he did. He really played like a leader tonight. And definitely player of the game for me.
Yeah, maybe had the best celly of the year so far for me. I mean, if he topped that one in, that celebration was pretty good.
I was never a big celebration guy. It always drove me a little bit nuts. I always want to tell the kids, calm down, act like you've done it before. But maybe I'm old and dinosaur, and my receding hairline shows that. Maybe I got to get with the new times.
You're not that old, Mario. Come on. There's your Sport Clips MVP of the contest tonight. Andrew Brubachen, you saw his 11th goal, the first goal tonight for Century on the season for him. Team high 18 points for the senior. As Sport Clips to him, home to that MVP haircut experience, and congratulations, Andrew Brubachen, your MVP of the contest tonight. All right, here's your final numbers. Century, of course, wins this one 2-1. Oh, I got those shots and saves mixed up. How did I do that again, Mario? Watch
your assistant failed you.
No, it was completely me. Watch this. This is how fast we can fix stats on the PSP network. As it's going to magically change before your eyes. If I can do some quick math here. There, Legacy has outshot Century has outshot Legacy 30-17, and we got to flip-flop those saves around as. That's not just one thing that needs to get tallied up here. How about that, as Jaden Kleingen has 16 saves and Tristan Otto with 28 saves tonight. There, I think we got it all squared away. Legacy was hamstrung tonight on the power play, 1 for 6.
Yeah, I mean, they had that 5-on-3 in the third period, and I think they really failed to kind of get good, clean puck movement and didn't really get a good grade A chance off that 5-on-3. To me, that was a big missed opportunity. A great job by Century to get that kill. A couple big clears during that 5-on-3 to kill some time, but big missed opportunity for Legacy to tie up the game with a 5-on-3.
Yeah, Century was teams 1 for 9 on the power play tonight, but they both had good chances, but the netminders were good, and Century comes out of here with a 2-1 victory tonight. All right, fans, that'll put a wrap on it tonight for us. Big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors, including BNC National Bank, for bringing you our scoreboard. Pregame brought to you by Valvoline. First International Bank and Trust brings you the timeouts. Serve Pro Power Plays tonight. Instant Replays brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Our postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Your intermission reports brought to you by Magic Towing, and Sport Clips brings you the MVP tonight. That's Andrew Brubachen, the senior, and Spaz Etc. That backhanded goal by Heath Frickman, the sophomore, is your Spaz Etc. move of the contest. Great work by our team tonight. I tell you what, shout out goes to Nick Hallberg for coming down from Minot with some extra equipment for us tonight. John Haugen stopped by to help us put the pieces back together for Logan Hoff and Landon Domrys, our equipment operators and producers tonight. And Mario Lamoureux, Todd Domrys repeating your final score. Century picks up some big WDA points tonight. They win this one 2-1 over Legacy. Thanks for joining us, fans. And until next time, so long from the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck.
follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it and drop it. We want to fix it ourselves and actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster and know the market price of the lobster.
How much you have in a month, guys?
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots